Now we're going to look at matched grip. Matched grip is where both your hands hold the stick in the same way versus traditional grip, more of a jazz or a marching band thing. We might look at that down the line, but for now we'll stick with matched grip. So before I tell you how to hold your sticks, I'm going to tell you the 3 most common grips to avoid that I see all the time in new students. The first one is where we hold the sticks way too hard with our thumb around the side, and I call that the caveman grip. Okay? We definitely don't want to do that because it doesn't allow us to use our fingers to move the stick. We always want to have our thumb on the side of the stick. So avoid the caveman grip. Second up, now I know a lot of us like to eat Asian food, I do too, but we're not holding our drumsticks like that. So we want to make sure we keep our fingers off there and avoid the chopstick grip, okay? Again, that'll stop the stick from bouncing back and just really not a good way to hold the sticks. We want to keep our finger and thumb on the side. And third, sometimes I see this grip where the pinkies and maybe the third finger comes off the stick as well. And I call that the tea drinker grip because we're not in jolly old England drinking tea. We're here playing drums. So we want all our fingers on the stick. So 3 grips to avoid: caveman, chopstick, tea drinker. Okay, so we've looked at how not to hold the sticks. Now let's look at how to hold the sticks. So you want to make sure you grab the stick with your first finger, your index finger, and your thumb. Okay, they're doing a lot of the work, and that's your fulcrum or your balancing point. So you do that with both sticks, but how do you know where on the stick to hold it? Maybe that feels good to you. Maybe that feels good, but there's surely got to be a good spot. And there is, and I like to remember it by using what I call the 3-finger rule. So if you grab your stick at the bottom with 3 fingers like that, and place your next hand on top, that will put that balancing point in just the right spot. Okay, so you can hold this one stick and then match the other one. If you have really small hands, if you're really young, you might want to do the 4-finger rule, but the same idea. So if I put that balancing point there, what I get is a lot of rebounds. So I'm just going to drop my stick now onto this practice pad. I'm not going to push it down, I'm just going to let it fall. It's quite a few rebounds. Now if I move my hand up too far up the stick, those rebounds are disappearing quickly. Same thing if I hold it too low. Okay, as I get closer to that perfect spot, and right about there, lots of rebounds. Okay? Now you might be saying, why do I want rebounds? Well, you can use the rebound when you're playing and use it to your advantage. So instead of forcing every note with your hands, each having to pull each note off the drum, you can use the rebound to play faster. So if you were to play a buzz roll, for example, I can do that quite easily by controlling that rebound. Now, if I were not doing that, if I weren't letting the stick bounce back, I'd be trying to muscle it and I wouldn't be able to play it as fast and I'd be tired and it wouldn't sound as good. Okay, so we always want to stay nice and loose and relaxed when we play the drums. We want to play off the drum, not through the drum. So you want the drumstick to come back to you. And that way you can just use it to your advantage and control it. Okay, use those fingers and those wrists. We don't want to use our arms. The big muscles are for guiding the little muscles around. So I use my arms when I want to play around the kit, but otherwise it's the wrists and fingers that are doing all the speedy work. Okay, so rebound, very important. How we hit the drum and let the stick bounce back, very important. So let's look at page 22 in your book, and we'll look at the first exercise there, which is a single stroke roll, the first rudiment we all learn. So all that means is you're just doing alternating right, left, and left, right, once you get that. So when I do that, I want to try and keep an even stick height. So imagine an invisible line that you bring both your sticks up to so that they sound nice and even in terms of volume. And also, of course, we want to keep it even in terms of timing. So we're going to count as well. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if I don't have those sticks even, you get one louder than the other, which is very common because one of your hands, either your right or your left, will be stronger than the other to begin with. So the reason we want to bring them up to the same height is to get them nice and even. And again, very, very important, you want to stay relaxed. Okay, drums is a physical instrument, so if you're tense and uptight, you're going to sound tense and uptight. If you're cool and relaxed, you're going to sound cool and relaxed. So if you find yourself tensing up, just put your arms at your sides, put your sticks down, and relax your shoulders, relax your arms. this is essentially how you should sit when you play drums. The only difference is I grab sticks. Relaxed, not doing this, right? Not forcing it, not using big swing, big muscles, big swinging. I'm keeping my arms relaxed, using my fingers and wrists, and trying to bring those sticks up nice and evenly every time. Okay, so with that you can practice your singles, which is just right, left, right, left. Your doubles, which is 2 of each, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. And paradiddles down the bottom of the page, which is a combination of singles and doubles. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And again, try to keep it even in terms of dynamic or volume and timing. Okay? Once you have worked on your strong hand with your singles, doubles, and paradiddles, you can try working on your weak hand or your less dominant hand, doing the same thing. Now, so we've looked at grip, setup, all this stuff. Let's get on the kit with our newfound technique and knowledge and play our first beat.